plaintiff, Aaron Sadler, says the defendant is his mother, and because she is a former police officer, she has always taken a tough love approach with him. But without the love, Aaron is suing his mother because she kicked him out of her home and now refuses to return his property. Defendant Nicole Jennings says Aaron has a twisted sense of entitlement, and she's done everything she can to set him straight. Nicole claims Aaron started smoking marijuana at age 9, and she has tried everything to get him on the right path. Nicole is countersuing for a car and the cost of a trip.
Start with you.
All right, well, first of all, Your Honor, I love my mother with all my heart, but growing up, we've never really had that mother and son relationship. I kind of personally feel like she's always treated me more like an ex-boyfriend, meaning basically, like her forms of punishment to me kind of seems something like a girlfriend would do to an ex-boyfriend, just simply out of spite, you know.
Like what?
For instance, you know, selling my belongings, you know, like, I just personally didn't feel...
That's what she would do to you?
Well,
when
I mean...
she'd punish you coming up? That was your punishment?
No, not really. I mean, I would get whoopings, you know, just like
that's what I was asking.
kid.
You said your punishments were like she would do to an ex-boyfriend when you were growing up.
Yes, I would say personally after the age of about 16, that's when, you know, things kind of
Give me an
changed.
example. How did she punish you that gave you the impression that that was how you do your ex-boyfriend?
Well, I don't know. I just...
You don't know? Then why you say that about your mother?
Well, because after selling my things and our relationship that we've had in the past...
You're not talking about this property here, are you?
Well, as in the keyboard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, we're not talking about that yet.
Right.
Yeah, and we're talking about the statement you made about your mother.
Right.
You said your mother used to punish you like she would an ex-boyfriend. That was very disrespectful, so you got to explain and prove that.
Okay,
before we go any further.
Okay. She's an ex-cop, so she's kind of power-stricken. She's used a tough love approach, but kind of without the emphasis on the love. Like, it's always been, you know, no hugs, no kisses, none of that. And I've personally asked for that, you know, as a son. I've asked for that.
And she said no?
Genuinely, kind of, sort of, she doesn't have the time, basically.
That's what she said?
Yes, that's what she said. She doesn't have the time. She's
told
too busy.
You said, Mama, can I have a hug? She said, I don't have time.
Basically, in a sense, yes, you could say that.
Ma'am?
Yes,
want to give me some background? He says when he used to ask you for a hug, you say, I don't have time. Says
First
you treat
of all,
him like your ex-boyfriend.
Which would actually be pretty good, because I'm actually pretty good friends with all my exes. First of all, Your Honor, my son has a twisted sense of entitlement and a huge woe is me complex. The toughest thing he had been through until he was 19 years old was airport security. Mm-hmm. Honest to goodness, he's lazy. He failed the 6th grade. He failed the 10th grade. That's when I took him out of school at the 10th grade, at second time through the 10th grade, because I was exhausted. I sent him to Job Corps to get his GED, because you're going to give me a piece of paper. I didn't get the walk that I wanted, but you're going to put something on paper for me. He admitted to me later that he started smoking weed at 9. I didn't catch him until he was 15. By then, I had tried sports, I tried music, I tried martial arts, I tried Scared Straight. Scared Straight with my cousin worked in juvenile. So
his father in his life?
No. We were around.
He just blamed you, though.
Oh, yeah, it's all my fault. For all of this time that we didn't spend together, I taught him how to cook, clean, do laundry, how to change a tire. By the time he was 9 years old, he could cook a full-course breakfast, including pancakes.
Did he ever get the GED out of Job
Yes,
Corps?
he did get his GED.
Did he go any further than that?
No. That would require completing anything, sir.
Has he worked since then? Often?
No, he's worked off and on. He did get his lifeguard certification at 15,
okay.
In which I actually took the class with him, stroke for stroke. Every lap he swam, I swam. But that takes personal time, I thought, including the written test.
Did you ever give him a hug when he asked?
I gave him hugs, I gave him love, I gave him discipline, plenty of it. But, you know, it was me and him. So, yeah, you got to be disciplined.
What you doing with your life, sir?
Right now, I have a job that I start right after.
So
I
you're
go
not
home.
working?
No, at the moment, no.
When's the last time you worked?
6 months ago.
Okay. How long were you on that job?
2 weeks.
Mother's fault? What
No.
did she do that time?
No, it wasn't her fault.
I know it wasn't. None of the stuff you talking about was her fault. Man up, man. Let's get to this unreturned
Ooh.
property you're suing your mother for.
I just thought it was me, Your Honor. Look, I just thought it was me. My son has a twisted sense of entitlement and a huge woe is me complex. The toughest thing he had been through until he was 19 years old was airport security.
Plaintiff Aaron Sadler is suing his mother, who claims Aaron has a twisted sense of entitlement and started smoking marijuana at age 9.
$1,000. What property does she owe you for, sir?
A keyboard that I bought when I was living at my old house. She sold that, and a mini oven and toaster that she told me that she wasn't going to give it back until she was done.
Okay. How does she get access to them?
I stayed with her temporarily for about 6 months, about 6 months ago.
And when you moved?
She kept the more expensive belongings because I didn't have a way to transport them at the moment, and later she sold them.
And did you ask her why?
Yes, simply, pretty much out of spite, out of disrespect, as she would say, I guess.
She said you were disrespecting her?
Yeah.
What did she allege you did to disrespect her?
I don't know.
Oh, he told me to suck his.
That's why he said he don't know. He don't want to tell anybody that.
Not true,
I bet you wouldn't tell anybody on the street that.
The reason why the comment came of her telling her to suck my because she
So you
threatened.
did say it?
Yes, I did.
You're the
Because-
lowest son I ever seen.
Because she threatened
I
to
don't care
take my
what
kids
she
away.
said. Ma'am, let me hear from you.
Need I say more, Your Honor? Yeah, the reason why that comment, that he says is justifiable coming out of his mouth is because I told him you need to be a man.
Just like I
not
did.
teach
I
you-
said man up. Now tell me that.
That's not
I
what
didn't
it's
think
about,
you
Your Honor.
would. All
So
right, let's
I
talk
told
about
him
the
to-
property, ma'am.
Last year in May, he showed up at my house after he got evicted for non-payment of rent. Basically, he spent 2 months' rent on the keyboard. I told him to move into it or drive it. Him and his girlfriend and 3 kids. So he shows up at my house, and his girlfriend had to live with her mama.
All right,
and
leave
the
her
kids.
alone. Leave her
Okay.
out of it.
So his deal was, since he was living at my house, that he would buy food. Okay, get a food stamp card. Great. Almost $800 a month. Cool. But there are things in a household that food stamps cannot buy. Paper towels, toilet paper, toothpaste, everything that he used of mine. That was what I did with the money, was basically replenish some of the money that he owes
Okay,
me.
your
from living
counterclaim
with
for
me.
$3,500 is for what?
Is for the car that he was supposed to pay me for and the money that he was supposed to have on the Disney trip. That he didn't have a dime to his name when he got there.
What do you want to tell me about the car and the trip?
Okay, well, first of all, Your Honor, the car was a gift. We were walking in a grocery store, and she pulled me to the side and hinted to me, well, hey, I got something for you guys, and it's a car.
When was that?
I want to say, I don't know exactly what date, but I'd say about a year ago.
Okay.
She told me she got me the car, which I said, okay, great. Our family needed it. That's the reason why she said she got it for the family. Well, she took $700 out of my girlfriend's income tax in order to pay for the car. And then I also later found out that she didn't even fully pay for the car. She paid $1,000 for the car, took $700, and then my father told me that he paid a lot on the car. That was words of his
It
mouth.
was a gift to you, so
Right, it
wasn't-
was a gift.
Yeah, so you say. Now, what about the cost of a trip?
Now, the trip, I asked her, she goes on a lot of trips every year, and I asked her basically, can you take me along with you on a trip? She said, okay, you know what, I'm going to Hawaii. I promise you I'll take you to Hawaii. Well, the Hawaii trip didn't go through, so she said, well, I have a business meeting down in Florida. You can tag along. When we got down to Florida, she found out, well, I can use my timeshare points, and we can get free Disney World tickets. So we all went to Disney World. There was never a, you owe me this, and there was never an agreement. It was, you know, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take my son on the trip. When we couldn't even find out we can get to Disney World until we got down there. She found out, well, hey,
Okay,
we
now
can go to
where's the
Disney World.
car you're
He
suing
totaled
about?
it, sir.
He totaled it?
I got into an accident and she sold it
How did she get it?
because she had it towed to a person that could possibly fix
How
it.
did she get involved in it at all? It was your car.
Mommy takes
you
care
have
of
an
everything.
accident.
Because it was in her name. It was still in her name. She
Well, it
didn't.
wasn't your car.
Well, I guess not. But she never got around. She was supposed to get around into putting the car into my name, but she never did it.
Why?
Because he
I
never
have
got
no
around
idea.
to that $1,000.
Okay, well, I don't believe you, sir. I'm going to dismiss your claim. I don't believe what you're telling me, and I'm going to grant her judgment, $3,500. Have a good day.
God is good all the time.
I don't want no more bitterness. I don't want. I told you before. This was over with. You know, this
Yeah.
bad relationship with you. I don't want it no more. And I mean, if you can leave it alone, so can I.
If you will understand that your actions are not justifiable, son, I am your mother, okay? And the way you talk to me, I did not raise you to treat women that way. Not your mother, and definitely not your woman or any other woman. You got 2 daughters. And I know you would not want a man treating your daughters like that when they get of age.
I apologize for whatever disrespect that you feel that I have given to you. Once again, I will apologize for it.
I'll accept your apology. Your actions are going to speak a whole lot louder than your words, though. Because you said I'm sorry 1,000,000 times.